Imagine a country so poor, people risk death just to escape it. Now imagine that same country, within just a few decades, becoming a global superpower, challenging even the United States. That country is China. Today, we'll analyze how China went from famine and failure to factories and Fortune 500 companies, and what lessons individuals and countries can take from its transformation. Stay till the end, because this story isn't just about China, it's about you, and how you can rise too. To understand China's rise, we first need to understand its fall. From the 1800s to the mid-1900s, China suffered what historians call the Century of Humiliation. In 1839, the First Opium War began when China tried to stop British opium imports. Britain retaliated with force, leading to China's defeat, the seizure of Hong Kong, and the opening of Chinese ports under British control. This was followed by internal rebellions, the Second Opium War, and invasions by Japan and Western powers. China, once the richest civilization on Earth, became colonized, divided, and bankrupt, both economically and spiritually. By the mid-20th century, the country was in shambles. In 1949, Mao Zedong came to power, declaring the founding of the People's Republic of China. His vision was radical: a communist utopia, a classless society, and total state control of the economy. But his methods were disastrous. The Great Leap Forward from 1958 to 1962 aimed to industrialize the countryside overnight. It led to the worst man-made famine in history. Over 30 million people died. The Cultural Revolution from 1966 to 1976 destroyed education, industry, and the economy. By the time Mao died in 1976, China was isolated, impoverished, and deeply unstable. Then came a turning point, and a person, Deng Xiaoping. Once purged from the party, Deng returned to power after Mao's death. He had seen Japan's bullet trains. He believed in pragmatism over ideology. His motto: "It doesn't matter if a cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice." He launched a quiet but powerful economic revolution, opened China to foreign investment, created special economic zones like Shenzhen, allowed private entrepreneurship under communist rule, and encouraged exports and industrialization. Between 1978 and 1990, China's GDP grew at an average of 9.3% per year. By the 1990s, China had become the factory of the world. Why? Cheap labor, massive population, government support for manufacturing, export-led strategy. By 2025, 50% of the world's coal is produced by China. 25% of the world's electricity is generated in China. 48% of smartphones globally are Chinese brands or made in China. China is responsible for 1/3 of global manufacturing output. Nearly every home in China had a small factory or workshop. From needles to nuclear submarines, China makes it all. China realized that to move from a factory economy to a superpower, it needed innovation. In 2023, China spent $500 billion on research and development. That's 2.4% of its GDP, second only to the US. China leads in artificial intelligence. AI is now taught from age 6. Quantum computing, hypersonic missiles, 5G networks and chips, robotics and drones. China now files more patents per year than any other country. China didn't just grow factories, it built cities. Between 1990 and 2020, China built more roads, airports, high-speed railways and bridges than the US did in a century. The bullet train network is now over 5,000 kilometers long, the largest in the world. Entire ghost cities were constructed, and later filled with people. This infrastructure wasn't just for show, it became the backbone of China's economic dominance. From 1981 to 2012, China lifted 800 million people out of poverty. This is, the largest poverty reduction in human history. Back in 1978, 90% of China lived in poverty. By 2024, it's just 1%. Education, jobs, digital payments, healthcare, and urban migration, all of these have transformed life for ordinary people. Of course, China's rise isn't without problems. Authoritarian rule, surveillance state, censorship, debt-trap diplomacy abroad, human rights violations. We won't go deep into these here, but if you want a full video on the dark side of China's rise, comment below and let us know. What does all this mean for you? Vision matters. A clear national or personal vision can change everything. Borrow wisely. China took strategic loans and invested in development. Adapt. Deng Xiaoping changed course when old ideas stopped working. Build infrastructure. Whether it's physical or digital, your foundation matters. Invest in education and tech knowledge compounds over time. Let's connect this to your life. Many people fear taking loans to grow, thinking it's a trap. But as China's story shows, smart borrowing and strategic investment can change your destiny. Before taking a loan, check your credit score. Know your repayment ability. Compare interest rates and loan terms. And the easiest way to do all this? Paisa Bazaar. Compare loans from over 30 RBI-registered banks and NBFCs. Interest rates starting at 10.5%. Free credit score checks from top bureaus. If your score is low, use their credit health service. My credit score is 810. What's yours? Click the link in the description or pinned comment to check your score now. China's rise is not just a story of a country, it's a story of transformation, resilience, and strategy. If China can rise from ashes to global power, so can you. Just like they changed their ideology, mindset, and policies, you can change your path too. Your success is waiting, but you have to take the first step. See you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe to Talk Maniac for more stories that inspire, inform, and ignite.